And welcome back once again to the Wrestling Group. I'm your host, Ryan, and today I'm joined once again by Matty.
Hey guys.
So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different to what we've done before. We are looking at the future of the WWE and whether we think any of these wrestlers are going to become WWE or World Heavyweight Champions within the company. So what I'll do is I'll go through, we've got 15 names of male wrestlers and we have 10 female, and then what we'll do is we'll go through each one. None of them have held world champions yet in the WWE. So we'll go through each one on the list and then we'll give you our thoughts and opinions on whether we think that at some point they could actually become the top champion within the company. And of course, as always, you can play along with us and leave yours in the comment section below and let us know which ones you think will or won't become the top champion in the company. So we'll start in at number one with Sami Zayn. So do you think Sami Zayn could, in fact, become a WWE World Champion?
I mean, Sami Zayn is probably the obvious one that 100% has to be a world champion in the company. He's been with them since 2014, 2015. Well, yeah, he probably would have been signed in 2014 because probably been in the Performance Center, and then the whole black and gold was around about 2015 starting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he was one of the first OG people of it, wasn't he? And yeah, I mean, 100%. He was so over in his NXT run all the way through. He was the underdog all the way up, and even when he came up to the main roster, he was still portrayed as the underdog. I remember first see, but I wasn't watching the black and gold at that point. I only started, I think, was around when Drew McIntyre came back. That's when I started watching the NXT black and gold one.
Yeah. Was that like 2018?
I did go back and watch. Yeah, I think so. And then, it was 2017 was one of them. But I did catch up, obviously, with a lot of it up to that point. So I've still seen a lot of Sami Zayn stuff back in NXT. And I remember seeing him for the first time when he had his match against John Cena on Raw when he was doing the Open Challenge for the US title. Yeah, and that was a boss match, really good. Sami Zayn is just one of those people that just, I've heard wrestlers say it before about him, like they don't really have to say a word, they can just have a match with him. But he's absolutely brilliant in ring. All of his indie stuff before WWE is absolutely brilliant as well. He's had really good matches all the way throughout his career, and even in WWE, he's one of the people that you get excited to watch wrestle. And to see him never win the world title but have opportunities at the world title, it's a shame because he could have even been Money in the Bank for a while first before capturing them. I think he'd be a perfect person to win the Royal Rumble at some point as well. He could easily be the underdog in that Royal Rumble match. No one would expect like last year. No one was going to think Jey Uso was going to win the Royal Rumble. Sorry, this year.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That was like a really no odds. No one thought he was going to win it, but he did. Sami Zayn would be one of them.
Do you think WWE will pull the trigger on it though? Because see, there's no doubt in my mind that he has the ability to face obviously all the big guys in the company. But like if you look at Kevin Owens, say for example, Kevin Owens, obviously he's been the top champion in the company, but that was what 6-7 years ago now, and he's never won it since. And for me, I think Kevin Owens is more of a top main event guy than what Sami Zayn is. And for the fact that they haven't put the belt back on Kevin Owens makes me question whether or not they would actually pull the trigger on Sami. He had that massive showing when it was at the Elimination Chamber they did in Canada where he faced Roman Reigns for the title when Roman was still obviously on the street before WrestleMania. I think it was Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Canada, and he was massively over, and he teased it like 2 or 3 times in the match where he could have won it, and the fans were going insane. I feel like that was the chance to put the belt on him. I don't know whether they could get there again, because instead what they did then was put him against Gunther, and he beat Gunther at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship, was a really, really good thing. So like it was like, if you can't get the world title, we're going to give you the next best thing, and that probably was the next best thing at the time. But I just question whether or not they believe that Sami Zayn could be the top guy, and I don't feel like WWE are going to put the belt on him. I feel like they would have done it by now. That's my thing. Is I feel like they would have done it by now.
So the way I think it would happen is like a transitional thing. I think you know how they did it in NXT, won the NXT title, but then got like lost it like straight away to Kevin Owens.
I
I
mean, I wouldn't
feel
be against them doing it that way to get Kevin Owens back as the champ.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like Kevin Owens, obviously he's away at the moment, but you know
Yeah,
you could have him where he eventually wins the title, and then KO comes back, and there you go, just comes back and wins the title.
yeah.
Um, that'd be a boss way for both of them. Shame
It'd be good,
obviously
like,
for
to
Sami
return
Zayn.
if they didn't tease it beforehand and say, "Oh, he's returning on Raw in 3 weeks" or whatever. If literally Sammy won the belt and then KO come out to celebrate with him and then just dropped him with like a powerbomb or something, like what he did in NXT, because it was a long time ago now, and there will be an audience that haven't seen that, so they could easily do it on the main roster. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say no. I don't think that Sammy's gonna get that. I think he could, but I don't think WWE will put the belts on him.
Fair enough.
What do you think? Yeah.
I think they will. So I think we're on a disagreement on that one. So
Yeah.
what is next then? What's number 9?
Next one, LA Knight. Do you think LA Knight again could be one of the top wrestlers in the company with the top championships? Do you think they're going to put the belt on him? Like, I feel like for the last two Money in the Banks, it was there for him to win it.
Again, like I would like to see him as champion.
I see them putting the belt on LA Knight over Sami Zayn for the simple fact that LA Knight moves merchandise really well. Like them Yeti shirts, they sell so well. And to be a top guy in WWE, you need to have good merchandise sales. Like there's no doubt about that. And LA Knight does move merchandise.
I do want an LA Knight shirt as well, to be fair.
Yeah. But just say, yeah.
um, yeah, I could see him. I don't know which title I'd see him as though. I don't know if I'd see him as like WWE or if I'd see him as world champ. I don't know which one would be better. Uh,
WWE, I think the one that I've used for the decal is the latest WWE title, and I think that suits him. I don't like the world title that suits Sami Zayn. The gold with the big W. I think that suits Sammy. I think the other one, the WWE Championship, it suits LA Knight. But again, like I say, like for me, the last two Money in the Banks, like it's been there for LA Knight to win, and like he could easily be one of them ones that wins it and cashes in that night. Like he doesn't have to be a bad guy to do that. Like you could have a bad guy champion who's had the belt for so long, and then he wins and cashes in that night. Like they've done it before, where faces cash in on the same night, like Dean Ambrose. Um, I would say. I would say, yeah, I think LA Knight is going to become a WWE champion at some point.
I'd happily agree with that. As I say, he's been over like for the last few years. I'd say his run on the main roster has been better than he had on NXT. He wasn't as
Oh,
over in NXT
100%.
as he was on the main roster. Like
Yeah,
everyone is he's
100%.
clicked with everyone 100% better. He's great on the mic as well. I always love his segments. He's one of the most people I love watching on his promos. Um, and he's not bad in the ring either. Like he could easily be the WWE champion, 100%. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think they will put the belt on him as well, because, like say, like one of the big things for WWE is can they move merchandise, and LA Knight has proven that. There's been time and time again where he's had three T-shirts in the top five selling. It's
yeah.
literally just a yeah T-shirt but in a different color, and three of them have ended up in the top five sellers that month. So right, okay, so we'll move on to Jacob Fatu. Do we think Jacob Fatu could be a WWE champion? He's not been in the company too long. He's just lost the United States Championship. Could we see Jacob being a WWE or world champion?
I think this is a no-brainer. I think I could see him as a world champion, not the WWE, but I'd see him as the world heavyweight 100%. Yeah, he's the best Samoan out of them all at the moment. Like
100%.
he's so over with the crowd as well. The athleticism on him is absolutely like brilliant. He's why wouldn't he pull the trigger on him 100%? I could see him winning the Rumble at number 1 and him just being a beast all for a really good.
Do you know,
Um,
I enjoyed him in MLW, and he was quite a bit bigger then, but he could still bust out some really good moves and that. But I feel like on the odd occasion, it doesn't happen that often. Like WWE does, get a lot of scrutiny for people that come in and aren't as good in ring wise as what they were on like the Indies and that, because obviously WWE doesn't focus as much on the in ring ability stuff. But I feel like Jacob is one of them that come to WWE. He'd lost weight when he come in, and he's fantastic. He's now better in the ring than he's ever been in his career. Um, I feel like he's got that connection with the fans as well. Like even when he was a bad guy in the bloodline, like fans were just rooting for him. They were like, "Oh, he'll turn face," and they were adamant. Even probably before WWE were planning on turning face, they were cheering for Jacob.
yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, and I think ever since he's debuted, literally, that's all they've all been behind him ever since.
100%.
Uh, yeah, I could definitely see him as I could see him becoming a world champion before any of the other two that we spoke about already. Definitely,
Oh yeah, I'd,
especially
I'd put
with the
I'd put Jacob up there. Yeah, I do. I think Jacob Fatu definitely could be a WE in Wales, and I don't think they signed him for that. So I think they've probably been pleasantly surprised that, oh shit, we've got a really good start on our hands here that we
yeah,
weren't expecting to have. You know what I mean? Like what Vince did with AJ. He knew AJ Styles had a following, but he didn't know how much the following was, and he didn't know how good he was. He brought him in basically to be a mid card guy, and ended up having to give him the WWE Championship twice because of how good he was. And I feel like Jacob is like that type of signing for Triple H. Oh yeah, we know he's decent, but then he's come in and he's just like gone up to the next level, and you've got, oh wow.
100%. Yeah, really good. I've got really nothing else to say about that. I don't really think we can say no. He wouldn't be at this point. So yeah, I
No,
think we
I
just
think.
move on to the next
Yeah.
one.
Next up, then Bron Breaker.
And you're giving me some hard ones. I can't say no to any of these people so far. Like Ron Breaker again, I would see him as a future world champion. Yeah, like he's better than his. He's the better one out of the signers for me. I'd say.
Yeah, do you know what? He's stepped up again from coming up from NXT. I didn't watch too much of his NXT stuff, I'll admit, 'cause like he was mainly champion through NXT 2.0, which was a bit of a mess for me. I wasn't a fan of it. But what got me interested and got me looking at him was his tag team with Baron Corbin. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
yeah,
that. That was good.
yeah. It wasn't bad.
Um,
It was a good time.
And then since he's come up, he's proven, like, like you say, there's something about him. Putting him with Seth Rollins is great. You know, someone to be able to basically groom him to be a world champ. Like I can't see, and again, Paul Heyman being by his side as well. I can't see how Braun Breaker isn't a future WWE champion. He's exactly what you'd expect a WWE champion to look like.
No, yeah, definitely. Like he's obviously in the is in the moment of having a feud with Roman Reigns at the moment as well now, and Jey Uso because they've got a tag match at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
But hopefully that more leads to just a one-on-one against Roman versus Braun. I think I'd prefer that match more than the tag match.
that'd be so.
Um, yeah, which is kind of a shame because I feel like Bronson Reed's getting a bit left out there. So because Bronson Reed again he's boss for me as well. I love all, like his matches in NXT and the ones that he had in New Japan, and the ones that he's had here. Great, I've enjoyed anyway. Um, I think he does a really good like the way when he come back before the Seth Rollins stuff, he was doing like multiple tsunamis. People used to
Oh
enjoy
yeah,
that
it's
though.
just killing them, wasn't it? It was just mad, wasn't it? Like just, but it's the way he does the tsunami. He just sort of falls off the rope, and you're like, did he mean to do that? But then he gets back up and does the exact same thing again. It's like a toddler when they go into a swim pool. You know, and they got no sense of awareness, and they just go plop. That's like how he falls off the rope, and I can imagine it. It'd absolutely kill.
Um, but yeah, no, yeah, for Braun Breaker,
It's gotta
he's
be.
just he's yeah, he doesn't need it yet. Give him like another year or two. Like, he can hold
Yeah,
like some titles in that time and do some other things. But
yeah.
yeah, definitely,
He
I
needs
could
he
see it.
needs he needs improvements on character for me. He needs to improve on his character a bit over the next year or so. Unless they literally wanted to have him as like a Brock Lesnar type, where eventually Paul Heyman maybe manages him as a solo star, and then he doesn't do much of the talking. Like, I can see that being a thing as well,
Yeah.
rather than him just barking at people.
Well, he did call him the next big thing, didn't he, on live television the other day? So could be
So we'll look at the next one. I know you're a big fan of this dude. He sort of lost his way over the last year or so. But I'm gonna ask, do you think Austin Theory will be a WWE champion at some point?
I think you might get me first. No.
You-
As much as I really do love Austin Theory, I think he's been as a really underrated talent on the roster. He shouldn't be in a tag team. And to be honest, I don't think he is in a tag team right now. I don't know what's
They
going
just
on with
split
him.
it up. They split it up on
Um,
off screen. They split it up off
yeah,
screen. Grayson Waller was
yeah,
like, "Oh yeah, he's injured, and that's us done now."
yeah.
What?
He was like, "I'm a free
That's
agent
it.
now. What are you playing on Raw?" Yeah, it's
Like,
weird.
ah.
But to be fair, Sam, whatever. Right, as long as that gives Austin Theory some limelight when he
Yeah.
comes back. Because he was actually starting to get liked towards the end of that tag anyway. They all wanted Austin to turn on him.
Mate,
Um,
he's so liked on social media. Like, if you go on like social media and that, like, he'll put up like videos and meeting fans and that. The fans love him. Like, he could easily be a face right now. Like, fans
yeah,
are right behind Austin Theory.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think if you'd have asked us just after, if we'd have done this video just after he beat John Cena at WrestleMania, we probably went, "Oh, absolutely no brainer." But now, like, what is it, a year or two on? I
yeah. I
can't
think it's
see
like 2 years.
him being champion. Unless the
Yeah,
only way I could see him being a WWE champion is if he was like a Miz, where like he sort of happened upon winning it, like, or like won like the Money in the Bank and then and did it. But I feel like they've ruined him and the Money in the Bank for what they did with him with the US title.
yeah.
I feel like
It's
if he
kind of.
won the Money in the Bank now, like they've already crapped on that.
I definitely couldn't have seen him cashing in on Roman Reigns at that point. Like Roman was just on
No,
his
yeah,
big.
100%.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean, he could have
Wouldn't have been
cashed
right.
in and not
But,
won it. Like, you've got to cash in for the world title. Like, if you've got a chance, you're going to go for the world title. But the fact he
yeah,
cashed in for the US title and lost, and then won it two
yeah,
weeks later anyway.
yeah. I don't know. Um,
But yeah, I'm gonna say no on this one as well.
Yeah, it's a shame because I really do like Austin Theory, but I feel like they are gonna just whiff by him. He's just gonna be a mid card talent. No, that's fine. He can win. I'm happy with him and winning like multiple intercontinental titles or United States championships. Have him fucking have a long run with one of those titles. Why not? I'd
Do you know
happy with
what?
that.
I wouldn't be against him dropping to NXT and repackaging. I wouldn't be against him going down to NXT, winning the NXT championship because he's not won it before, and repackage
Yeah,
himself and then come back up again and be in a better deal. Because I feel like they have hurt his character quite a lot on the main roster since the John Cena win at WrestleMania. So I wouldn't be against him dropping down to NXT, let him repackage himself as a new character, new gimmick, and then come back up again. But yeah, as of right now, I can't see him being a world champion.
yeah. Right now, no, but yeah, as you say, if he goes back and repackages and becomes NXT World Champ, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
so
I mean, do you imagine him having like matches against like Ethan Page and Ricky Saints and stuff like that? I think it's perfect for him.
yeah, yeah, it would be 100%. And we all know, well, you know how much I love Ethan Page. Well, to be fair, I spoke about him quite a bit in the NXT prediction videos too.
But I've
So
actually got him on this list. So shall we jump ahead and go for Ethan Page? Do you think there's a chance Ethan Page, all ego, could at some point be WWE World Champion?
definitely, I could definitely see him as a world champ. 100%. He's brilliant outside the ring and inside the ring. I love his interviews as well as interviews with Boss. You send me stuff all the time about him, like it's funny as hell. It makes me laugh. And I think he's a brilliant character. I think he's exactly suited for WWE 100%.
Yeah, he's someone like I'm gutted that AEW didn't do more with him when they had him. Especially like he went away and then come back and he'd packaged himself in a way. He was still all ego. He'd repackaged himself in a way, and he was in Ring of Honor, and he was going for the Ring of Honor Television Championship, and for whatever reason, didn't put the belt on him. And then not long after that, obviously, he was released. Maybe that's why they didn't put the belt on him. But he was one of them that I thought, you know what, if he does end up in WWE, he will do good things because he is that. Like, there are certain wrestlers that you look at and you're like, they should be in this company. And for me, Ethan Page should always have gone to NXT at some point. And you know what? Like the way he won the NXT Championship, where he sort of got kicked and then fell on someone and then won the belt that way, I could easily see him doing that on the main roster to win like the WWE Championship. You know, he could play that character so well. And you know what? He's one of them. Like, he's one of them that's so much better as a bad guy than a good guy. He's so good as a heel. So good as a heel.
I could honestly see him as like the next Edge of WWE, like an ultimate opportunist type character. That's how I see him.
Like a Money in the Bank winner or something.
Yeah, or like just cheats to win, stuff like that. I could easily see him as someone that be a top person on the main roster. And throughout this whole career, I reckon that he's got multiple things that he could easily do with him on that main roster. He's great on the mic as well as promos, a boss. I always watch his matches, never skip them. So far from what I've seen, he's always reinventing some of the stuff. Like he's had like 2 different finishes since he's been in NXT at the moment as well.
Yeah, because he was doing the Razor's Edge, wasn't he? The Ego's Edge at one point, but obviously Damian Priest was starting the main roster, doesn't he?
Yeah, now he's doing the Twist of Fate, the Twisted Grin, calls it.
Yeah. But you know, like I agree. I think Ethan would be a really good champion, like going forward. I mean, I think he's going to do at least another year, maybe win the NXT Championship one more time as well, before coming up first. He's doing it. He's having a great run at the moment. But he's also one of them that I'm scared for him to come up because I feel like he's doing so well on NXT. I'm scared that he comes up and then gets lost in the shuffle. Like he's got you can't just be another name to come up to the main roster. He has to you need to have a plan for him. He's got to be one of them that comes up and you've got a plan for him. Like when KO came up from NXT, they had that plan with him put in place already. Face John Cena, shock the world. Do that sort of thing with him. If he just comes up as another roster member, he's going to get lost and just end up doing backstage segments, which I'm worried for. Like if that's the plan, just keep him in NXT because he's still going to have a great career. Adam Cole never went to the main roster and had a great NXT career.
Yeah, I think they need to maybe just have him having little appearances on SmackDown or Raw every now and again, stuff like that. Like they were doing to build Stephanie Vicker up, where they had her have a few matches first and then build her up properly. Do it like that.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, get them familiar with him before bringing them off. Yeah, that's a good idea. That. What about then our current TNA champion, Trick Williams?
I mean, I see him being champ over Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, to be fair, I haven't even put Carmelo on this thing because since he come up, I still don't understand why they brought him up. He's done nothing.
No, he was doing good in NXT. He had a great NXT, to be
fair. Doing really well in NXT, yeah. I was excited to see what he did, and then they brought him up on SmackDown. Didn't really do much with him. But do you think Trick Williams could be a WWE champion in the future at some point? I don't see it.
Personally, I don't see it, but I feel like they would do it.
Yeah, they seem to like him at the moment. Anyway, don't they? You know what I mean? Yeah. They do seem to like him. He's been NXT champion. I think he's been North American champion as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, twice I think, and then he's been NXT champion twice as well. Or he might have been North American champion once.
And now he's the current TNA World Champion as well. So
yeah, so he's not exactly doing bad. So I mean, yeah, I'd say them putting him as world champion. They've given him all these accolades already. They were confident enough to put him forward to win to be the one that wins the TNA championship. So
yeah, I mean, I suppose I was saying no based on my personal thing. Like, I don't think he should be. But yeah, what you're saying is right. You know, they already have a lot of trust in him, and they've just put him in the ring with the Undertaker. I know, obviously, they're not going to have a match out of it, but you know, it's got to mean something for him to go in the ring with Undertaker. So yeah, you're probably right. And didn't he have a thing with Punk as well? Was that Trick?
Um, Possibly, I can't remember. I think
Well,
so.
because
But
didn't Punk GTS Ethan Page and Trick won the match and won the belt?
oh yeah, no. So it's Ethan Page that has to get some revenge on Punk. So I
Yeah,
don't think.
yeah.
Oh, but
But
yeah, yeah, he had a real thing
But
with
what I
Punk.
mean,
Yeah,
he's mixed it with Punk, he's mixed it with Taker. You know,
yeah,
obviously he's going across to TNA. Like, I mean, to be honest with you, now that we're talking about it, and now you're saying that, like, it seems a no-brainer. At some point, he's going to be WWE champion now, doesn't it?
probably. Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, definitely. And to be fair, when he's come up on the main roster, like I think he's made 2 appearances on SmackDown. I think, and the crowd have been behind him both times. So it's not like they don't know who he is either. So
You know, I did enjoy on Slammiversary though, watching him come out without Booker T talking all the way through his entrance.
yeah,
Oh, because it does that trick, and Booker T's normally going, yeah, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah, all the way through the entrance. I hate that. I was so glad not to have to deal with that. Slammiversary. Okay, do you know what? We'll quick fire a couple more. What about the current NXT champion then, Obafemi,
Obafemi.
future WWE
Yeah,
champ?
I could definitely see Obafemi as a world champion, 100%. He's had these long ass runs. He's been given the gun for treatment and
He's a
NXT.
monster, isn't he? He's a
Yeah,
monster.
he's
Like, I
definitely
struggle
going to
to
be
see
champion.
who's going to take the NXT championship off him. I do. I really struggle. It's got to be a multi-man scenario for me. Like, I can't see anyone pinning him.
Yeah, no, I can't really see anyone beating him. But yeah,
Uh,
Obafemi,
so if you're going over Femi as champ, what about Solo Sikoa?
no.
I was shocked when they put the US title on him over Jacob. I know you did. I think you predicted, didn't you predict that Solo was going to be win that match? Sure, you
Yeah,
did in your predictions.
I said that fucking taller Tunga, whatever his name
Taller.
is, was going to
He's taller.
debut.
He's
Is
taller
yeah,
than the
he's
others.
taller
The
than the
Tonga that
others.
is the tallest.
But yeah,
Piccolo.
definitely
No,
that's
I
the way
can't.
I
I can't see him being WWE champion. Surely not. Um, he's a clown. He's a clown. Like, I don't like. You're going from, like, you had the bloodline with Roman Reigns, and it was such like they had this like thing, like they commanded everyone's attention. Like, they had all that. Like, as soon as the music hit, all eyes were on them. It didn't matter who it was in the group. You knew there was something going. And then they dropped it to like Bloodline 2.0, and it was just, oh, it was like they invited the family members that no one really wanted to invite to a party, and they turned up to take over with Solo and Tama Tonga and Taller Tonga and Smaller Tonga and Fatter Tonga and all them. What about Logan Paul?
yeah. At some point, I could see them putting the title on him, 100%. I mean,
I
they've
don't
already put
think
the title on him. Why would they stop there?
I don't think they should, but I feel like they will. I feel like they will. I definitely don't think that they should. I don't think he should be a world champion at all. I know a lot of people say, oh, you know, he's the greatest celebrity to ever do it, and blah blah. Fine, but he's not. He's not world champion material. He does like what a couple of gymnastic moves, decent. That's it. Like, that's all he does for me. Like, I've watched a good few of his matches as well, so it's not like I'm just seeing like a clip and going, "Oh yeah, he's terrible." I have actually watched matches of his. I don't think he's that good. I definitely don't think he should be a world champion. I feel like WWE will put the belt on him, but I don't think that they should. I don't think he's good enough to be a world champion. And I also think it sends a bad message as well, as if you put yes, he's a full-time wrestler now, but if you put the belt on him, I feel like that sets a precedent that anyone in the company could literally be the WWE champion. I don't think that should be the case.
So I don't mind him being champion in, like, say, 2, 3 years if he's built a better, like, character. Because his moveset in the ring isn't terrible. I have always said this, like, yeah, I'm not really a big, massive Logan Paul fan, I don't really know, but he's the best celebrity to come in and do it. Like
Yeah, but
he's
like people keep saying that, and I get that, right? But let's have a look at that as an accolade. So, who's the other celebrities that we're comparing him against? Bad Bunny. Okay, he had one half decent match that Damian Priest carried him through, which was like a hardcore match. You had the jackass dude, what's his name, Johnny Knoxville. I never even bothered to watch that match. Like, I got up the next day and seen people said there was like a giant mouse trap or something involved, and I was like, nope, not for me. Like,
good, but
but,
obviously down to Sami Zayn carrying it,
what,
obviously.
but again, like, what celebrities are we comparing them against? When everyone keeps going, oh yeah, he's the great celebrity to ever do. Okay, fine,
Okay,
but who are we
so
comparing him against? No
I'm
one.
more. I'm not going to compare it to that. Then I'm more going to compare it to he's been getting because he's had more of the time in the matches. He's been able to have better matches on the card than what some of the other wrestlers have had, because obviously some of them aren't getting as much time. But that's because Logan's only really facing big people who normally get loads of time anyway.
Yeah, because
Um,
it's the
so
draw,
I
isn't
guess
it?
so it's more of that, really, he's getting to show people more than what the other wrestlers can do, which is obviously a bit unfair because he's just come in and he has taken on some of the spots. Um, but as I say, I wouldn't put the title if they do it, give it at least another 2 years, let him build himself in the wrestling company first before just slapping a title on him, because I feel like that's a bad idea. But yeah, if he builds his character and he stays full time in a few years, fair enough, go for it.
I think they will do at some point, for the simple fact is like WWE are going more social media side now. I mean, we can see that in everything that they do going forward. It is a lot of their views and stuff that they're looking at is social media based. They're like, oh yeah, well, this has passed so many TikTok views, this has passed so many YouTube views and stuff like that. So I get it, like, and I get that's what they want to do going forward to build the fan base. I do feel like they will put the belt on them. I don't feel like they should. I really don't think they should.
No.
But
Oh,
I'll tell you what, we'll just quick fire the last couple of these and then we'll move on to the females. Otherwise, this video is going to be about 4 hours long. So give me, I've got one, two, three, four, I've got five. So just give me a yes, no, and maybe one line on the next ones. To do a quick fire one. So we got Alistair Black.
Alistair Black. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my charger plugged in as well. Um, right, yeah, Alistair Black, yeah.
You think he's going to be a W champ?
No, I think he'll be a WWE champion.
I don't. Chad Gable.
Who's that? Sorry.
Chad Gable.
Yeah.
I don't.
Gotta put him at some point. Gotta put him
I
on.
feel like he should do. I feel like 100% he should have done. I feel like forever I've been saying he should have been the next Kurt Angle. I've said it forever. But the longer he's in WWE, the more I'm convinced that they're trying everything to not let him get over. Like this whole El Grande Americano thing is ridiculous. And I know fans enjoy it and all that crap. That to me is just another obstacle pushing him further and further away from being a future world champ. So I can't see them putting a belt on Chad Gable at all.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Jimmy Uso.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll put the world title on Jimmy?
Oh, sorry, not Jimmy. I thought you said Jay. I got confused.
No, Jay's already been world champ. Jimmy.
Yeah, well, I thought he meant again. But no, not Jimmy. Jimmy's not as big as Jay.
Big Jim. Big Jim. Dominic Mysterio.
No.
I think they will. I think they will.
I
I
just
feel like his character work has been brilliant the last 2 years. And as good as he's been, it's hurt Finn Balor, him being with Finn Balor, because Finn Balor's never going to get back to the top. Being with Dominic, being like a top mid card guy, if you like, and Damien then becoming the world champ, like them two around Finn has hurt Finn. But them two have improved massively, and obviously Damien we've seen become a world champion. I've got no doubt in my mind he's going to be a world champion again at some point. But I can actually see them putting the belt on Dominic, whether it just be another one of them things where it's like a transitional type thing, or do you know what? If they brought the scramble matches back, You could do like a Brian Kendrick and win it during the match and then lose it again. So not technically a WWE champion, but everyone goes, "Hey, do you remember the time when Spanky was WWE champ?"
Yeah, there's yeah, I like the scramble match. To be fair, I liked it because obviously Chris Jericho won it as well, which was good. That's the one
Yeah,
I enjoyed.
because he
It was a
wasn't even
boss
in
fight.
that match, was he?
Who?
Chris Jericho, he wasn't originally supposed to be in the match because he thought they had a
Oh
match
yeah,
in
no,
mind.
no. Yeah, he replaced Punk because he had a match against Shawn Michaels the same night, didn't
That
he?
was
In
it. Yeah,
the
lost to Sean.
unsanctioned match. Yeah, it was a good match. So. And then they had a boss ladder match the month after No Way Out as well.
Oh, one of my favorite matches of all time. I love that match.
Was it No
2008.
Way Out?
Yeah, no way out 2008, wasn't it? Oh, no mercy.
Oh, I think it was No Mercy.
No
Or it was
mercy.
Unforgiven. It was one of them two because it was either Unforgiven that had the unsanctioned or it was No Mercy that had it, I think.
Unforgiven was the scramble matches, and remember that definitely. Because
Okay, well,
Batista's on the front
yeah.
of the DVD case.
Yeah, okay, so it was No Mercy
So the last one
then.
for the men is Karrion Cross. Do you think Karrion will be a WWE champion? I can't see it.
I can't at the moment until I know what his WWE career is like. Because, yeah, he won his match. He finally won a match on the roster on Raw against Sami Zayn. About goddamn time. But
Yeah.
I currently, right now, no, because I don't see them doing anything more with him, which is a shame. Because I enjoy Karrion Cross. A lot of people don't, but
Mm.
I like. But I don't see him as world champion right now.
No, fair play. I don't see them putting the world title on him either, to be fair. Um, right, okay, so we'll quickly look at some of the women before we go. And then, of course, as always, you can leave yours in the comment section below and let us know if you think any of these can be future WWE stars. So, number one for the women, Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah,
She has to
definitely.
be, surely. I think she might even be women's champion by the end of this year.
He's the most over, other than Rhea Ripley, female star on there at the moment. But
She's got
in
a chance,
my
hasn't she?
but
Hasn't she got a chance at the women's championships too, coming up
yeah,
soon?
Clash of Paris, which I mean she could win. That it's not like Naomi probably will retain at SummerSlam, and it's still probably going to be Naomi versus Stephanie.
Yeah.
But like if Stephanie wins it, then yeah, great. But I feel like there's going to be some sort of like the
Shenanigans, something. Yeah.
shenanigans or something like it's just one of them. I feel
If
like
not
probably
by the
Bianca
end of the year,
Belair
it'd be
will get
next year.
involved.
She'll definitely be champ.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely. She needs to. She'll be WWE champion, women's champion before Julia will be. I think.
Yeah, I've got Julia as next. Julia's going to be a women's champ, surely.
Yeah, Julia's surely got to be, but I think obviously she's not as over at the moment as what Stephanie is. So I think she's probably going to have to grind a bit more than what Stephanie's doing at the moment because
Yeah, well, she's
Stephanie's
the
like.
US champ, though, isn't she, at the moment? I feel like she
Yeah,
could
she's
have
a
that
rough
for a
champ, so
while.
she has got a title. Yeah, I mean, three out of the women, two out of the women got signed or that got brought up. Obviously, got titles with Roxanne Perez got it. Perez has got a title
Roxanne
now.
Perez is my next one. Do you think she's going to be a future women's champion?
Yeah, I do. She's too good not to. I enjoy her in ring ability.
Yeah, I
So,
hope she doesn't get stuck in this Judgment Day thing for a while. Because I feel like that will hurt her if she ends up stuck in that for a while. That'll hurt
yeah,
her chances to become a women's champ. But I feel like eventually Liv Morgan's going to come back and they're going to face off. So that'll be
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Up next, Jade Cargill. Do we think Jade will be a world champ?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, you think
Probably
they're
at
going to put the belt on?
SummerSlam because she's fighting for the title at SummerSlam, isn't she? So probably then. Unless this is where we're going to be turning Tiffany Stratton heel, then she might like either DQ herself or attack her with a chair, or maybe like a title from when the rest not looking, kind of thing. Which I could
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
I'd rather that than bloody Jay Cargill winning the title.
I mean, like this the thing is like a lot of people slated AEW and Tony Khan. They were like, oh, they made it like the Goldberg of the women's division and that, and it's like, well. it clearly shows because that's her level. That's why they did it. Like she's
Yeah.
been training in WE now for what is it, over a year or something, and I don't feel like she's improved. Like if you're going to be around that many really good, talented one women's wrestlers, two fucking like former wrestlers like Shawn Michaels and that, like they sent to train in NXT for a little while, she hasn't improved. So maybe that's just her level. So I don't feel like they should. They definitely will. You know they will. They're going to put the world title on her for the simple fact that she's ripped, but she
Yeah.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace.
I'd like to say yes. They can't. They can't not really. Let's be honest.
I'm struggling with Jordan because I don't understand how she's not the NXT Women's Champion. To be fair, like she should be in the spot
Um,
now that JC Jane or whatever the face is. She should have been the NXT Women's Champion going into face Masha Slamovich for the TNA Women's Championship. It should have been Grace.
but that's the thing, though. I don't know if I could have seen Jordan Grace as the TNA Knockouts champion again after she didn't exactly lose it that long ago. Bear in mind, like
Yeah, true.
she doesn't need to go back to that. Or like, not saying that it's gonna look bad for her, but I feel like it's backtracking because she's
Yeah,
only
it's a
just
bit different. Yeah.
like she shouldn't have to go back to that part yet. It's fine. Like obviously when they eventually do NXT versus TNA, yeah, it's fine. Do Jordan Grace versus someone from TNA, you know. But I feel like they've kind of ruined a bit of NXT versus TNA a little bit because they've already started doing title matches, and I feel like they could have been saved for like an actual pay per view. I feel like it might have been better for an actual TNA versus WWE NXT one. I'm hoping that they don't do that on WWE when they do the main roster ones. I'm hoping it's like like a Survivor Series, but it's WWE versus TNA instead.
They should have done like a proper build up to it because like now they've got like obviously TNA have got both of the world titles are in NXT, and eventually it's going to be like, oh, we've disgraced ourselves because we lost the belts, and now we're going to send like whoever they decide to pick is going to be like Mr. TNA and Mrs. TNA to go and win the belts back and that. But I feel like you've not set any groundwork for that apart from literally them losing the belt. So I feel like the payoff's going to be poor because you've not
Mm,
put the work in beforehand. So I feel like it's been done really, really poor,
yeah.
unfortunately. I'm
Well,
a
I
bit
guess
unsure about Jordan because, like I say, I was sure she'd have been an NXT Women's Champion by now, and I don't know, like if they're not going to put the NXT Women's Championship on her, would they then put the WWE? Is she going to be the Bailey of the group? Remember the original Four Horsewomen, where
yeah.
everyone else like stepped up, and then it was Bailey's time, and then everyone won the women's championships on the main roster. And then it was Bailey's time, so she might well get there, but it's going to be a lot longer than the rest of them. So, like Julia, Stephanie, and that they're going to win the belts first, and Roxanne, and then like a year's time, Jordan will come up and we'll go, "Oh yeah, remember her? Oh, okay, now it's her turn." You
Yeah,
get what I
yeah.
mean? So I don't feel like she's going to be as big as what I thought she was going to be when she first signed, or when she was first linked to the company, but that was before Stephanie and Julia were signed to WE. So we expected Jordan to come in and literally be fast tracked straight through to being a top female. But then the other two have come in and they've gone, oh, okay, we're going to look at these instead.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% sure with Jordan. She is definitely a 50-50.
Yeah, I think that's a 50-50 we've got to decide on there.
Right, so we'll do another quick fire for the last five, and then we'll call it a day. And you can obviously let us know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. So we'll look at: do you think Chelsea Green could be a women's champion?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Be a
yeah.
much
I feel like people really got behind her when she was the US champ. Although she didn't
Yeah.
defend it that much, people did enjoy her run as the US champ. Zaria from NXT. Yeah,
I
she's a
do.
beast. She's a
Yeah.
beast.
Yeah, if you're gonna throw Jay Cargill as a women's champion, you got to 100% throw Zaria as a champion. She should be
Yeah.
the one that beat Jay Cargill. She should be like, I'm the actual beast.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, imagine a match between Ed and Jordan Grace for the women's championship. That'd be nuts.
Yeah, that'd be a good
Um,
match.
Sol Ruka, she's massively
No,
popular right now.
I
No.
don't. I could see her as easily winning the women's IC in the United States. That's fine. But I don't think they'd put the main world title on it. Maybe the NXT world title. Yeah, I could see maybe a winning that one.
Blake Monroe, which is obviously previously AEW's. God, I forgot her name now. Mariah
Um,
May. Mariah May.
yeah,
That's it. Okay, she was
well,
only there like 3 weeks ago.
she's only been like she's only made a few appearances. But so far, she had a match last night, her first singles debut last night on NXT. And it was all right. It's not bad. I could see her being as a world champion, but I need to see more from her first in NXT. But
Yeah, I
currently, for
don't.
the character she is, yeah.
I don't, for the simple fact is she's basically like a Tony Storm rip-off at the moment. Her character was it's very, very close to Tony Storm, which was the whole idea of the Mariah May character, but that was because they were going against each other, so that made sense. I feel like WWE's eventually just going to get bored of her and pull the rug from underneath her. I feel like she's literally just been signed for the simple fact of, we've took a former world champion. I don't think they've got any plans for her. I don't think she's going to be Stephanie, Julia, even Jordan Grace to that extent. I feel like they've only signed her because they can, and that's it. I feel like she's going to be someone who's be released in 2 years, and it's sad
Well,
because I feel like if she'd have stayed in AEW, she could have got another world title. But I can't see her being a world champion.
it's, it's her dream company, wasn't it? It's WWE,
Yeah,
isn't it? She
I
very
mean,
much
a
aware.
lot of people say that, and then a lot of people get there and go, "Oh yeah, it's not as good as what I thought it was," or it can be your dream company, and then you get there, and because you wanted to get there for 10 years, you get there and you go, "Oh, it's not actually what I thought it was going to be." You know what I mean? So I know why she signed. I get why she signed. That's fine. I don't know why WWE signed her. I feel like they signed her for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? Like, I
In the next,
understand why she signed. I don't understand why they signed her. I feel like it was just because, oh, she was AEW World Champion, so we'll just take her. That's the only reason why I think they signed her, which is unfortunate.
I
So the
just guess
last
we'll have to
one,
see how it goes.
go on then. What are you saying? Sorry.
I was just saying, I guess we'll just have to see how it goes first in the next few months in NXT to see how it
Yeah,
goes.
I mean, if she carries on the popularity, it's like she's come in with a bit of fandom behind her. So I mean, if she pushes on with that, like sky's the limit. Um, I don't know. I worry with that one, and I worried about it before she left when the rumor started. I did worry that this would be the case that WWE are just signing her because she worked at AEW and because she was the AEW Women's Champion. Like, and it worries me more the fact that obviously, like you said, it's her dream company. She always wanted to be in the WWE, so I know why she signed. I don't get why they signed her, unfortunately. So the last one we'll look at is Lyra Valkyria.
No. Just
And that's it.
like
That's the video. We're finished. We're done. We're out of here. Nope.
no,
Absolutely not.
I really don't like her. I don't like her in ring style. I saw a picture the other day on Facebook and it was like showing like I think it was like 6 different women. It was like the women's wrestling is safe, and I was just like, why is she on there? Like, honestly, I don't like her matches. I don't like her promos. I just don't like how she is.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't know. Like, I feel like they were gonna push her, and then Becky came back, and they were like, "Oh, remember Becky Lynch?" And then they just sort of dropped her. And then I feel like this story, like her facing Becky Lynch should push her career up, and I feel like it stalled her career.
Yeah,
If you get what I mean, like she's having the same match literally every pay-per-view, and the
I
thing is,
know. Yeah,
people got bored of it 3 pay-per-views ago.
it did.
So
Really did.
I must say no. I don't think she will be either. I don't think so. So there you have it. That is our list of who we think could or could not be WWE World Champions at some point. Let us know in the comment section below if you agree with our picks. Also, let us know if you've enjoyed the video and if there's other companies you want us to look at. There's AEW. We could look at some of the people that haven't been AEW World Champion, like of course, Will Ospreay, one of the biggest names in wrestling world right now, but he hasn't actually been an AEW World Champion. We could look at, do we think he could become a world champion? You've got obviously New Japan Pro Wrestling as well. There's different companies, so let us know if you want us to do another company as well. So that is all we have time for today. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and of course, subscribe to the Wrestling Group today. Thanks, guys.